Okay, so we're back at the intersection of the accident, Magnolia Parkway and CR94. You can see the CR94 at the top right of this screen. The current light I'm looking at is the light that the woman had who hit me. Here's her left turn lane right here, and she would have been turning left across and turning left that way. I was going straight in the middle lane. It's the unoccupied lane straight across the street, directly next to that truck. That's where I was coming from. The woman said her light went from red to green. And the argument is that my light turned red and hers turned green. I was running the light, hers turned green, and it was my fault. That's the current argument against me. I think that's impossible because I don't think there's any point during this traffic pattern where her light turns green and mine is turning red. I think ours are red at the same time. It's exactly 7:58. It's 7:52 a.m. Sorry, on Friday, April 28th. So it's right about the exact same time that this accident first occurred. So right now it went from red to a yellow, blinking yellow for her, an unprotected yielding yellow, while my light turned green. And you can tell my light turned green because all those other cars are going. Now, those lights turned red, and so did the lights across the street because this truck to the left of my screen also stopped. So for one cycle, I've proven that our lights turn red at the exact same time. So far, there is not an instance where her light is turning green while mine is actively turning red. Okay, now she went from red to green for the left turn, and then yellow, and now red. And they were a little delayed, but now my light turned green, and she has a blinking yellow arrow. Now the light's yellow, red. I can't see what that light is doing. Oh, but see, it has to be red because across the street, they've got left turns. So our lights turned red at the same time is what we have to assume because the north and south left turn lanes turned green. And now going south straight turned green because these people coming south are going straight now. So for a second cycle, I've proven that her light is not turning green while my light was turning red. Our lights are turning red at the same time. And while we're waiting, I'll just put this up so I don't have to lean down so low. Okay, hers went from red to blinking yellow while mine turned green. Across the street, those lights turned green for the people coming towards us. All right, going straight has turned green. There's a blinking yellow. Going left. and he has a blinking yellow across the street from us, so they're yielding as well. Now we turn solid yellow and red. And my side must have turned red as well, because now the north and south left turn lanes are going. So again, for a third cycle, we are turning red at the same time. We are not, there still is not an instance where her light is turning, this left turn lane right here is turning green while mine was turning red. A third time that still did not happen, and this is the exact same time that the accident happened. Every time of day I watch this, the pattern that occurs is the left turn lane that I'm looking at and my straight lane across the street where I was coming from, they both turn red at the same time, and the next people to go are the north and south lanes, either the north and south turning left or the north and south going straight. Okay, so going straight turns green, and then there's the left turn yield. And straight across, that's green. I'm pretty sure that this guy has a left turn yield from where I'm sitting, but we'll see in a second. We've still got green going straight for both sides, going east to west. Both have a yellow light now, and they're all red. And when they turn red, north to south left lanes are going. And she got honked at because she's going slow, but north to south are both green right now. North to south turning lefts are green. So I think that's a fourth time now that I've proven that our lights turn red at the same time. There is no instance where her light turns green while mine is turning red. The argument against me is that I ran the red trying to make it, and hers turned green and she went on a protected green. I've proven for a fourth time that that light pattern doesn't exist. Okay, north and south, north and south are turning red. He just ran a red light, oops. And now left turns are green. He went from red to green, but that was not while my lights were turning red. My light stayed red while hers was turning green. Now going east and west, going straight turned green while the turning lanes turned a blinking yellow. All right, now they're turning a solid yellow and red. And the very next light to turn green are the north and south left turn lanes. And there they go. So our lights, for a fifth time, our lights turned red at the same time. There was never an instance where her light was turning green while mine was turning red. The current, and I keep repeating it, I know, because I want to make it very clear, because I think it's probably kind of confusing. She told me that her light went from green to red, and my light, or that's what she told me. And the argument against me is that I was trying to make my light and it turned red on me. But that's not true. That traffic pattern never happened. There's never a point where her light goes from red to green while mine is going from green to yellow red, ever. Ours are always red at the same time, or she has a left turn yield. There is a point where she does have a green arrow sometimes, but that's never as my light is turning red.